everybody, I'm Patti and today I am here with the longest tenured Division I men's basketball coach and our very own Greg Kampe. Coach, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. I'm glad the season's ready to go and
Right.
we're back in front of the camera and all the excitement of it.
And you guys have 8 fresh faces on this team. What do you see from these guys and the value that they add to your squad this year?
Well, I'm really excited about the number. I'm excited about some of them individually too, but the number. Our last couple of years, we've had some really good teams that the season's been derailed because of injury, and we haven't had the depth that we wanted.
Yeah.
And this team, I believe, time will tell, but I believe going into the season that we have a lot of depth, that we can go 12 guys deep. You're not going to see, like, every scrimmage we've had in the last 2 or 3 years, the starters win by 30, 40 points. This year, they're all even. It's a 2-point game, a 4-point. So there's not a lot of difference between the first 5 guys in 6 through 10, and that's always a good sign.
And you got 8 new guys, a lot of depth, you said, but you lost a big piece, Jalen Moore. Who do you see from this team stepping up so far, or who do you expect to step up and lead this team in this offense like he did?
And that's the biggest question mark we have. We believe that our recruiting this year, we took care of some of the problems. We shoot the ball better. I think we're going to rebound it better, and we're going to be much better defensively in the zone. We're longer, taller, bigger, more athletic. The question is, who's going to run our offense when you've had a 3-year first-team all-league player, one of the best players in the league for 3 years, run your offense, and now he's gone. So we're looking at a bunch of different options. We're looking at moving Rocket from the 2 to the 1. He's not done too bad of a job of it in Italy. It's a learning process for him.
Definitely.
We brought in a transfer, Tone Hunter, who played the point guard at Long Beach State last year. He's an important option for us. The problem is he hurt his knee in the summer. He missed the whole summer. So all he's had is these 14, 15 practices that we've had so far. But I see tremendous potential in him, and that's the reason we brought him here. So, and we also have a young man named Mike Rogers, a junior college transfer. And then we're messing around with DQ Cole there too. DQ's more of a 6'4" wing, but the way we play with speed in that, I'm not sure how important a pure point is. So we're looking at that too. So there's a lot of options, and the first 10 games will determine. So when we get in the league, we'll have it decided.
Absolutely. So work in progress as of the moment, getting things going. And you guys still have Trey Townsend, who was a big piece for you guys. He was predicted in the preseason Horizon League polls for All-League First Team. Talk to me about the impact that he has on this team and maybe stepping up and leading this team too now with Jalen gone.
Well, I think he and Lampman have got to be our leaders. I think Chris Conway's got a chance to do some of the leadership too, just because he's been here so long. But he's developing as a player, where Trey and Blake, their roles are set. Everybody knows what they do. They're 4-year players,
veterans.
Right? And so that leadership is very, very important. It's going to come from those 2 guys. Trey is a player. We're going to isolate him. We're going to get him the ball. We're going to expect him to score 15 to 18 points a game. He's got to get us 6 rebounds a game. The biggest thing with him is the other teams are going to game plan for him. And
Absolutely.
And then we have to play off him. And, we've got some shooters around him maybe that they can't double. Last year we didn't shoot it real well, so every time he got the ball, the whole world went to him. They're going to have a hard time doing that this year. So I feel pretty good about it. But I expect Trey to have an all-league, first-team, all-league season for sure.
He's been gunning for that spot too. I know when I talked to him previously, he's been working for it.
Yeah, I think he's felt slighted. He had a hell of a year last year, and I think he was second team. But the league's got some really good players in it. I mean, there's 7 or 8 guys that you could look at that could be player of the year in this league. So he's going to have a good year to get it. But again, I think he would trade in being second team all league to go to the NCAA tournament. So our focus is to get that tournament, and then the accolades will come.
What do you guys do in practice, and maybe some focal points to try and take it one day at a time, one practice, one game at a time to get to your goal at the end of the season?
Well, it's a discussion point. Every day when you start practice and when you end practice, you have a minute discussion on, what we accomplished today and where we're going and the purpose of what we're doing. And sure, the purpose is to win every game you can, but the real purpose for this group is March. And everything we're doing is a building block for March. And we play one of the toughest schedules in the country, and we're going to have some losses. And how we handle that, how we handle adversity is all getting us ready for March.
You guys have some big names in your non-conference schedule. You have Illinois, Ohio State. How do you think you pair up against those guys?
I'm going to be able to tell you in about a month. Over our years, we've played a very difficult schedule. We have 12 Power 5 conference wins, though, and since we've been in Division I in 20-some years, we have 12 of those wins. So our expectations, we play Xavier, Ohio State, Illinois, Michigan State, and Dayton. Our expectations is to win one, maybe two. So whether we do or not, that's what our expectations are.
What are we thinking this year in terms of offense and defense? I know in prior years we've switched between a zone defense and a man defense, and you mentioned it earlier. You got long limbs in there. What's kind of the feel for now?
Well, our base defense is our matchup zone. We're committed to that with this group. We have put some man-to-man stuff in too in case it doesn't work. Or, you always have to be prepared for a sudden change or something like that. So we're prepping for it. But our base defense, you'll see us in the first 10, 12 games will be our matchup zone. The biggest question is, can we rebound out of it? We're going to play at a much faster pace now because I don't have to play Trey Townsend 38 minutes. I don't have to play Jalen Moore at 40 minutes. I've got so many guys that need to be on the floor that we want to pick up the pace and try and use that use our depth to our advantage. And so you'll see us playing at a very high pace, which is really over the years what Oakland basketball was. Hasn't been the last couple of years, but that's what we were. And I think we've done a great job of recruiting to that purpose.
Definitely. And the last question I have for you, and I'll let you go, is how excited are you guys to get back out on the blacktop this year on Thursday?
When a season ends, you have different feelings. Sometimes you're mad. Sometimes you're glad it's over. Sometimes, every year is different. And then you have that you have like 3 months before you start practicing again, but 6 months before you really get in the gym, and 8 months before you're back at it playing. And it's like the excitement level keeps growing and growing. Some years you just can't, you want November to get here in March, right? The season ends and damn it, we weren't good enough, and I can't wait till next year. And this team has been a work in process. We had this summer in Italy. We've seen what we can do. I think there's an excitement level of those guys to get playing again. Me, personally, I've done it for so long. I like the break. I've learned over time to embrace the break because you empty your tank.
It's a long season.
Right, you empty your tank during the season, so you got to make sure it's full going in. And I think my tank's full and I'm ready to go. I'm pretty excited.
All right. We love to hear it, and I can tell you everyone else is excited to get back in here and watch you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.